Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take your curiosity, a whole stack of sources, and really try to unearth some fascinating insights.
Absolutely. And today's topic, it's a bit unsettling.
It really is. Have you ever thought about those perfect places, like dream vacation spots? What if one hid a truly nightmarish secret?
That idea of paradise being deceptive.
Exactly. What if it's all built on, well, something chilling? Today we're diving into Barry Lett's Doctor Who, The Paradise of Death. Just excerpts, mind you.
Right. And our mission basically is to unpack the story. It starts innocently enough, a theme park.
But it spirals, doesn't it? Into alien corporate greed, super advanced technology, and this whole question of what paradise really is.
Yeah, you're going to find out how illusions can be terrifyingly real and how just wanting things to be easy convenient.
Can lead somewhere awful. Unimaginable, really.
It's a journey that definitely challenges how you see reality right from the start.
It certainly does. So let's kick things off. We start right here on Earth, London, with Sarah Jane Smith.
Right, the journalist. And she's feeling a bit, fed up with her job in London.
But something catches her eye. This huge structure dominating the skyline over Hampstead Heath.
A space rocket-shaped tower, apparently. Part of this new theme park, Space World.
And this isn't small potatoes, is it? The sources say it rivals Disney World. Size, scope.
Yeah, and controversially built right on Hampstead Heath, London's favorite green space. So, naturally.
Big public opposition, I bet.
Oh, yeah. And the advertising for Space World, it was, well, pretty slick.
What did it promise?
Get this. Space rides, lightsaber duels with the robot of death, challenges from the Mars Gladiator.
Wow, sounds intense.
And monsters from outer space. But here's the kicker. They claimed the monsters were so perfect in every detail, you'll have to believe that they're real.
Okay, that line, "you'll have to believe," feels important, almost like a warning.
It really is key, as we'll find out. But even before the park opens, something bad happens. Grim, actually.
The dead body.
Yeah, a young man, Nobby, found dead near the Space World fence. Looks like an animal attack.
Just looks like one.
Well, that's the initial report. And his friend Bill, he dies soon after, too. This brings in UNIT.
United Nations Intelligence Task Force.
Yeah.
And the Brigadier.
Exactly. He decides this is serious enough to take charge personally, and he wants to bring in the doctor.
Meanwhile, Sarah Jane, her mood apparently lifts when she thinks about the doctor.
Yeah, she misses him. And spots a chance for a big story, an in-depth interview for her magazine, Metropolitan.
So they reunite. Where does this happen?
In the doctor's lab at UNIT. His usual quirky place. Stuffed albatross, signed photo of Einstein.
And the TARDIS in the corner, of course.
Naturally. He's initially a bit irritated. Sarah just showed up wanting an interview without asking.
That sounds like him. Does the humming thing start?
His psychotelemetric circuit, starts humming. But then the Brigadier arrives. Perfect timing.
And we find out he already met Sarah when she was pretending to be
her Aunt Lavinia. Bug scientist, apparently. It's a funny moment.
It really sets up their dynamic, doesn't it? That mix of, serious investigation and slightly absurd situations.
Absolutely. And it leads them straight into the heart of the mystery, Space World itself, and this concept they call the art of experienced reality, ER.
ER. Okay, so the doctor, Sarah, the Brigadier, and someone new.
Yeah, Jeremy Fitzoliver. He joins them for the press launch. Bit of an upper-class type, easily flustered, not really a photographer.
How did he get involved?
His uncle is the majority shareholder in Sarah's magazine, so connections.
Ah, okay. A bit of nepotism, perhaps. So, the press launch. What happens?
The chairman, Freesey, he gives the big speech about how amazing Space World is. Then he hands over to Murat Kitson.
And Kitson warns them.
Very gravely. Says the creatures they're about to see are killers. Then, bam! They reveal the crab-clawed camellias.
This sounds terrifying. Tell me about it.
Okay, so the source describes this remarkably realistic desert background, and the creature itself, like a giant armadillo, the weight of an elephant, with a cavernous red mouth and claws that look like they could snip through. Well, anything. Arms, legs, necks.
Yikes. And Sarah and the Brigadier, they buy it.
Totally convinced it's real. But the doctor, she just watches and then calmly states, no. And you're not seeing one now.
Boom. So it's an illusion.
Not just an illusion. This is where ER comes in. Experienced reality. The doctor explains the monsters aren't physically there.
Okay. So what are they seeing?
It's described as a subtle form of suggestion, like electronic hypnotism. It gives your brain the seed of an
The
experience.
seed?
Yeah, and your own brain does the rest. It expands on that seed, fills in the gaps, makes it feel completely real to all senses.
All senses, not just visual.
Exactly. It's a sensory transmitter. Reproduces everything sight, sound, smell, touch right in your brain. The Brigadier apparently experienced painted toenails and specific smells from a recording earlier. Proof it's more than just images.
That's incredible and terrifying if your senses can be fooled that completely.
Right. How do you know what's real? That's the question it immediately raised.
And Sarah Jane, the journalist. She must be thinking.
Story of a lifetime, absolutely. But behind this amazing tech, there are some pretty nasty characters.
Brigadier, the chairman. And who's the other one?
Tragan, vice chairman, head of entertainments, ex-policeman. We see them observing Jeremy and Nobby trying to sneak in earlier.
And they don't just call security.
No. Tragan orders them killed. Brutally. And the source says he enjoys it. Freeth just casually thinks a mangled body might be good publicity.
Okay, that's chilling. Really shows their true colors early on.
Yeah, that casual cruelty, Tragan's sadism, it's a dark foreshadowing of what's really going on.
And things get even darker, don't they? With the doctor's supposed death.
Right. This is a weird twist. Tragan checks with Unit, confirms the doctor is who he thinks he is, then he uses an ER headset himself.
To do what?
To experience the death of another character, Billy Grubber, who falls from the Apollo Tower. But Tragan believes, through this ER link, he's actually killing the doctor.
He thinks he killed the doctor using VR, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. He declares the doctor's dead. It's a really unexpected turn.
So how does that play out?
Well, the pathologist, Mortimer Willow, examines Grubber's body. Smashed skull, broken bones, horrific injury.
And then the doctor's body.
The doctor's body is perfect, without blemish or mutilation. That's the giveaway. He wasn't physically there.
He just experienced the fall through ER.
Yeah.
Like a simulation.
Exactly. And then, naturally, he revives in the mortuary, just as ouch.
Classic doctor. So that confirms the ER link, and it pushes them to investigate further.
Precisely. It leads the doctor, Sarah, and the Brigadier off-world to Parakon, Freeth and Tragan's home planet.
Parakon. What's it like?
Well, first impressions, it looks like a utopia. Advanced, automated.
Nobody needs to work.
Apparently not. People seem very happy, living lives of ease and luxury. The corporation, Freeth's company, has been governing unopposed for over 40 years. Political parties just faded away.
Sounds almost too good to be true. How do they manage that?
It all comes down to this plant called ripine. Yeah. The sources say basically everything they need can be made from it. Food, clothes, jet engines, even cutlery. Synthesized or manufactured.
A miracle plant, then.
That's how it's presented. The president of Parakon, who is Freeth's father, explains his own grandfather, brought Ropine there, built this paradise.
And he wants to share it with Earth.
He's pushing for a treaty, promising Earth a valuable new export market, cheap imports, the banishment of hunger.
It sounds amazing on the surface, but
as you said, almost too good to be true. It raises huge questions about unchecked corporate power, doesn't it? What's the real cost of all this ease?
And the doctor, I assume, starts digging.
Of course he does. He presses the president on the details. The president admits the meat they ate was, well, manufactured from rapine in factories.
Okay. Synthetic meat? Not that weird, maybe.
But then the president points out the largest factory nearby and says, that is where the meat you were eating tonight was manufactured.
Ooh, that lands differently. Bit ominous.
It's a chilling hint. The full horror comes out when the doctor investigates the corporation data store using ER again, this time with Anya.
Anya? Who's she?
She's the president's housekeeper. But secretly, she's a crypto dissident against the corporation.
Okay, so what do they find in the data store?
The doctor figures out there's something missing in the official story about rapine. There's this whole network of Federation planets supposedly exporting rapine to Parakon.
But that doesn't make sense if Parakon grows it.
Exactly. And then they find the ER recordings. The truth. The original nitrogen source for the rapine ran out.
So Freeth, the current chairman, found another source.
A macabre solution, the text calls it. The recordings show refugees, women, children, being loaded onto trucks with the Parakon Corporation logo.
No.
And taken to be processed into fertilizer.
Oh my God. fertilizer from people.
The protein of animal flesh was an ideal source of nitrogen, the doctor explains. It's horrifying, and it's not sustainable. They constantly need new worlds, new
To
populations.
feed Parakon's greed. That's monstrous.
Absolutely grotesque. It reframes the entire paradise.
And Anya, how does she react?
She's devastated. Her own home planet was a lush green paradise before Repine destroyed it. She's part of the Commonian tribe, the Skyborn. She realizes she can't just work against them quietly anymore. She has to expose it all to the president, turn the world upside down.
A massive shift from corporate mystery to something much darker.
And it connects back to how they control their own population, too, through entertainment, complacency.
Right, the idle rich you mentioned. Tell us about that.
Well, there's a character, Waldo Rudley, captain in the Presidential Guard. He takes Sarah and Jeremy to a party in a wealthy area.
And what does he tell them?
He says everyone on Parakon is basically rich, owns shares in the corporation. But most people, they spend nearly all their time hooked into ER.
Living fake lives.
Yeah, simulated lives, skimmer champions, sports stars, following singers, even living as like an outworlder family, just constant virtual experiences.
Sarah points out that happens back home too, people getting hooked on games or TV.
She does. It's a really relevant point, isn't it? How does a society with seemingly everything end up so passive, just consuming simulations? Is that the goal? Keep them distracted.
And the entertainment gets even more sinister.
Oh, much more. Waldo reveals the ultimate ER experience, the real crowd pleaser.
Which is?
The hunt, or the execution, broadcast live, where someone accused of being a terrorist is torn to pieces and eaten alive by the great butcher toad.
Eaten alive for entertainment.
Guaranteed worldwide audience, apparently. The president himself confirms these games are hugely popular, combat often to the death.
Does he admit they're actually trying to kill each other?
He gets evasive, dodges the question, pretends to be tired.
Convenient.
The doctor nails it, though. Gladiators by Jiminy, to keep the plebs quiet. He quoted the Romans. Panis et circenses. Bread and circuses.
It worked then, it works now.
That's what he says. Waldo is disgusted by it all, says it turns people into things, calls it a sin against life.
But speaking out like that, it's dangerous there, isn't it?
Extremely. Waldo's honesty costs him. Tragan's patrol with these horrible reptilian dog creatures storms the party.
They arrest Waldo.
Yeah. Accuse him of being a terrorist just for speaking his mind, threaten him with the hunt, or being dismembered by some alien ape, or chewed up by soldier shays.
Vicious. Can Sarah do anything?
She tries desperately, but she's powerless. The hostess tells her to shut up or they'll take her too. Another guest just dismisses Waldo. Forget him, he's dead.
Chilling. How easily they accept it. But Anya offers an alternative, right? A way out.
She does. She takes the doctor, Sarah, Jeremy, and the Brigadier to her real home, Camonia, also called Skyland.
Where is it?
It's hidden. A high valley in the Lacan, which means place of no hope, but this valley. It's where her tribe lives like they did before Rapine ruined everything.
The Commonians. What are they like?
Are fascinating. They ride these giant bats, cat-faced, 20-foot wingspans. They steer them using their ears.
Giant bats, okay.
Their leader, Kaido, calls Anya Mamonia our mother. And Anya has this healing ability she learned.
And their values are different.
Completely. Central belief. All life is sacred. They even consider this huge, dangerous creature, the Gargan, to be holy.
The Gargan.
Yeah, nearly blind, deaf, massive teeth, represents the spirit of life and death. They would never kill one, a total contrast to Parakon's casual killing.
So this is where the resistance forms.
Exactly. The Commonians team up with some newcomers, led by Haban Rance, an ex-electronics engineer. And of course, the Brigadier provides the tactical know-how.
What's their plan?
They modify stun guns from the entertainment division, make them non-lethal, just knockout weapons.
Humane weapons.
Right. And the plan is to use the bats as troop carriers, launch a surprise attack on Security HQ in the ER station during the games finals.
While everyone's distracted watching the games. Clever.
A classic diversion tactic. But while they plan, Waldo's fate is playing out.
Oh, right. The hunt. Is it actually happening?
Yes. He's released into the Lacan, hunted by the corporation, and it's all broadcast via ER.
So people are watching him being hunted.
Yes. Sarah experiences it live through the ER monitors. She feels his panic, his exhaustion, everything. It's intense.
What does Waldo do?
He heads for the Gargan's territory, hopes the hunters won't follow him in there.
Because they're afraid of the Gargan.
Well, Tragan admits they have standing orders not to enter, but he also points out the Gargan will probably just eat him alive eventually. Freeth is annoyed the hunt isn't ending quickly enough for his pleasure.
Horrible. Do they try to save him?
Yes. Sarah, Jeremy, the doctor, the Brigadier, they go after him, even though Anya warned them about the Gargan.
And they find him?
They do. Unconscious, badly wounded. But then the Gargan shows up, attracted by the scent.
What did they do? The doctor tries something, doesn't he?
He tries singing it a Venusian lullaby. Apparently it worked on a creature called Agador once.
Does it work this time?
Nope. Fails completely.
So then what?
The Brigadier has to step in, shoots the Gargan with one of the modified stun guns, knocks it out, but only temporarily.
Okay, they have a chance. How do they get Waldo out?
Make a stretcher. And the Brigadier has a bright idea, remembers fox hunting. The fox escapes by taking to water to lose its scent.
So they wade through a stream.
Exactly, and it works. They get back to Kimonia.
Is Waldo okay?
No. He's too badly injured. Sarah stays with him, willing him to live. He wakes up briefly, whispers something like, "I wish we," then dies in her arms.
Oh, that's rough. Especially after they risked so much.
It's a really powerful, sad moment. The doctor closes his eyes. Sarah says, "Nobody should die alone." It really hits home, the human cost.
And the Gargan. Is it still a threat?
Oh, yes. It's still after them. Angrier now. And hungrier. The doctor says he's after us all. The danger is definitely not over.
Which brings us to the final showdown, right?
Right. Freeth is furious. The doctor's alive. Anya betrayed him. He wants them all gone.
How does he try to achieve that?
The doctor and Sarah get captured at the data store. Freeth decides to put the doctor in the games, the semifinals, against the champion, Jen Hager.
Forces him to fight.
Dresses him up like a comic bondservant, gives him a rolling pin to fight Jen Hager's broadsword.
A rolling pin? Seriously? Where does this fight happen?
On a narrow catwalk, over a pit, and in the pit.
Let me guess. The Great Butcher Toad.
The very same. Size of a bull, loves tearing people into bite-sized munchies.
Charming. How does the doctor handle this?
Brilliantly. He tells Jen Hager he's being forced to fight, and that Freeth is disrespecting Jen Hager's mother by making him fight a clown.
Oh, clever psychology.
Then he dramatically takes off the ridiculous costume and throws it into the pit for the toad to destroy. Freeth is livid. The doctor then just avoids Jen Hager's attack, refuses to actually fight or kill him.
While this is happening, the coup
is going ahead. The Brigadier leads the Kimonians on the bats. They hit security HQ, use the stun guns, neutralize the guards. Very efficient.
And Jeremy, the nervous guy.
He's there, acting as the Brigadier's aide. Teeth chattering, apparently, but he sees it succeed.
What about Sarah? She was captured too.
Tragan has her, forces her to watch the doctors fight via ER. She tries to stop things, but can't.
And Tragan. Does he reveal anything?
Yes. His face starts to change, swell up. He reveals he's actually an Aglon. Threatens to kill Sarah.
But does he get the chance?
Nope. Rance and Unger, the Kimonian tech guys, burst in. They've taken the ER station. They stun Tragan.
And that kills him because he's an Aglon.
Apparently, his face bursts with a juicy burp as he dies. Gruesome detail there.
Ugh. Okay, so Tragan's dealt with. What about Freeth?
Anya gets to the president, tells him everything. The truth about the rapine processing, the bodies, Freeth's cruelty.
How does the president react?
He's horrified, finally sees the truth he's been avoiding. He grabs a microphone, declares, "No, the killing will stop. I, your president, order it."
He intervenes directly.
Yes, wheels himself into the stadium, confronts Freeth just as Freeth is about to kill the doctor. The president asserts his authority.
And Freeth, what's his end?
In a moment of, well, poetic justice, Freeth gets knocked or falls into the pit, and the Great Butcher Toad
gets him. Wow, eaten by his own spectacle.
Exactly. The president is left regretting his willful blindness. "I have turned away my face too many times," he says. "If I had not, I might still have a son."
A really powerful, if dark, conclusion to that plot line. So let's pull back. What does this deep dive into Paradise of Death really leave us thinking about? What does it mean for you listening?
Well, first, there's the whole reality of illusion thing. That ER technology, it really messes with the lines between real and simulated, doesn't it?
Totally. If your senses can be fooled so completely, how do you know what's true? We see curated realities all the time now, social media, AI. How do you personally tell what's authentic?
It's a huge question. And then there's the price of that paradise. Parakon offered ease, luxury, But the cost was horrific, not just for those other planets, but for their own people's freedom and ability to think critically.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How easily can the desire for convenience, for profit, lead to dehumanization? What hidden costs might be behind the easy solutions we're offered today?
Absolutely. But there's also a counterpoint, the power of standing up. Anya's decision to expose the truth, Waldo's sacrifice, even though tragic, the Cammonians fighting back.
Yeah, it shows how important it is to challenge things, to speak out against injustice, even when it feels impossible. Small acts can make a difference.
And finally, I think it's about the Doctor's core drive, the relentless search for truth, even when it's ugly, even when it's gruesome, understanding the full picture, not just the nice surface.
Which makes you think, what details might you be overlooking in your own life? Things that seem too complicated or maybe just too uncomfortable to really look at?
It's a sobering thought.
It really is. So this deep dive kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? In our world, increasingly shaped by tech that crafts perfect experiences, that curates reality, how vigilant do we need to be?
Vigilant that we're not living in our own kind of paradise built on someone else's suffering, or maybe just built on our own willingness to not look too closely.
Exactly. What truths might we be swallowing without questioning? What critical questions are we just not asking?
Something to definitely ponder.
Yeah, something for you to think about until our next deep dive.